Hi guys, Arik is here, your Russian coach into Russian classics. In this world full of madness, we are going to talk about beauty. We are going to have fun and we are going to enjoy. So please grab your coffee. Fyodor Dostoyevsky, Маленький герой. Now, how old was the boy in the story? How old is the narrator? Remember? He's 11 лет. He's 11 years old. And where is he now in the story? Remember? He's nearby Moscow in a village where this rich person threw a very, very glamorous rich party. And this little boy experiences something unusual towards one of the ladies. So, last time, we had the whole lesson, the depiction of that lady. And he continues, so you will get lots of adjectives today, probably. Let's see. I'll show you where we stopped the last time. So, dear friends, please find the sentence that is starting with words «Прибавь к тому, что». That's the sentence. You can click Control F and write the word «прибавь», and it will find it. So in the previous sentence, he's depicting this lady, and he says that she was so beautiful. Just, I'll read a part of the previous sentence. Блондинка моя право стоила той знаменитой брюнетки, которую воспел один известный и прекрасный поэт, и который еще в таких превосходных стихах поклялся всей Кастилией, что готов переломать себе кости, если позволят ему только кончиком пальца прикоснуться к мантилье его красавицы. And we analyzed this sentence very, very deeply the last time, but just to remind you, and to those who did not participate in the previous lesson, that my blonde girl was worth that famous brunette who was glorified by one famous and wonderful poet, and who in such great poems swore in the name of the whole Castile. I just forgot how to say that, so I had to stop and listen. So he swore by the whole Castile that he was ready to break his bones if they allowed him by mere tip of his finger touch the scarf. Remember we said the last time, mantilla, it's a Spanish scarf of his beautiful girl. Basically, he's saying here that this blonde girl at the party was very beautiful. That is the meaning of this long sentence. Now we are starting with this one. Listen and be focused, please. Прибавь к тому, что моя красавица была самая веселая из всех красавиц в мире, самая взбаламошная хохотунья, резвая, как ребенок, несмотря на то, что лет 5, как была уже замужем. Let's go over the vocabulary. Прибавь к тому, it means in addition to that. Please write down. As I said the last time, I recommend that you print out our pieces of literature that we are dealing with. Then you can underline the expression or the word, and above that, write the meaning. Thank you. So, прибавь к тому, in addition to that. Самая взбаламошная. Взбаламошная would mean mischievous or flighty, like someone who is kind of a little crazy, but in a mischievous way. Взбаламошная. Хохотунья comes from хохотать, which means to laugh wholeheartedly. So хохотунья, it's a noun, it's a girl who likes to laugh. Резвая, basically it means fast or lively, full of life. So резвая как ребенок would mean like she likes movement, like a child. She's fast like a child. Несмотря на то, что лет 5, but резвая basically, I'm just thought about it now, just underline it and write energetic, because that is the context here. Energetic, like a child. Несмотря на то, что, despite the fact that, лет 5 как была уже замужем, married. Yeah, because муж, like behind the husband, замужем, but it means married. And just one little point, we already talked about that, I think, that when you let 5, it means 5 years, but because the word let is before the number, it means about 5 years. So when you have the word let below before the number, you have to add about in the translation, or more or less. So what is he saying? Прибавь к тому, что моя красавица была самая веселая из всех красавиц в мире. So add to that, or in addition, my beautiful girl was the happiest of all beautiful girls in the world. Самая взбаламошная хохотунья. So the most mischievous, the most crazy laughing girl. Резвая как ребенок. Like lively / energetic, like a child. Несмотря на то, что лет 5 как была уже замужем. Despite the fact that about 5 years she already was married. Как here is a helping word, and it means like that. Like about 5 years, that was already married. So I will just read another time so that you can pay attention to the pronunciation, intonation, etc. Прибавь к тому, что моя красавица была самая веселая из всех красавиц в мире, самая взбаламошная хохотунья, резвая как ребенок, несмотря на то, что лет 5, как была уже замужем. Add to that the fact that my beauty was the happiest of all beautiful girls in the world. The most crazy laughing girl, lively like a child, despite the fact that about 5 years that she was already married. Just reminding you that for a woman we say замужем, она замужем, she's married, like she's behind husband, and for a man we say on женат, which means he is like женат comes from жена, which is wife. Like he is with wife. Now, and we continue. Смех не сходил с ее губ, свежих, как свежа утренняя роза, только что успевшая раскрыть с первым лучом солнца свою алую ароматную почку, на которой еще не обсохли холодные, крупные капли росы. Beautiful sentence, you will like it. Смех не сходил с ее губ. So смех means laughter. Не сходил, didn't come out of. And губ comes from губы, which means lips. So, смех не сходил с ее губ would mean laughter did not leave, did not come out of her lips. And then all the rest, he is describing her lips. And that's just reminding you that it's a boy, 11-year-old boy, who is the narrator of the story. But of course, it's Dostoevsky. So, Syogub, свежих. Свежие means fresh. And the shortened form of свежих, it's свежа, but it means the same. So, свежих, как свежа утренняя роза, it means the lips that are fresh as the morning rose, like the flower. Свежих, как свежа утренняя роза. So, как here means as, the same way as. So, fresh, the same way as fresh the morning rose. Только что успевшая раскрыть с первым лучом солнца. Okay, только что, right now. Успевшая. Успевшая comes from успеть, which means to manage. So, and it depicts the rose. So, that right now, managing, like the rose, managing to open с первым лучом солнца, with the first ray of the sun. Луч means ray. So, what did it open? Свою алую ароматную почку. So, first of all, почку comes from почка, which is bud. Bud on the flower, on a tree, etc. Now, mind you that почка, in terms of anatomy, is a kidney. Yeah? So it's the same word, but here it's bud, because it talks about the rose. Алую. Ali, it's the same as red, kind of red. And ароматную, fragrant. So, утренняя роза, the morning rose, только что успевшая раскрыть с первым лучом солнца свою алую ароматную почку. Right now, that right now has managed to open with the first ray of the sun its red, fragrant bud. So, свою means its, in this case, because it relates to the flower. So, it might mean his or her. And I'm just reminding you that he's depicting her lips, and we're going to read it again, don't worry. So, почку, the bud, на которой еще не обсохли. So, на которой means on which, meaning bud, on which, еще не обсохли, still haven't dried out. Because обсохли comes from обсохнуть, it means to dry out. холодные крупные капли росы. So, роса means dew, капли, drops, dew drops. холодные, cold, крупные, it's the same as большие, which means big. So, cold, big drops of dew. Now, let's combine all this puzzle together. Смех не сходил с ее губ, свежих, как свежа утренняя роза. Laughter did not come out of her lips, fresh as fresh morning rose. Like in English we would say fresh, the same way as the freshness of the morning rose. Только что успевшая раскрыть с первым лучом солнца свою алую ароматную почку. Rose that right now managed to open with the first ray of light of the sun, its red, fragrant bud, на которой еще не обсохли, on which still didn't dry, холодные крупные капли росы, cold, big drops of dew. Okay, so now I will read again this sentence, whole of it, and I will translate it. Смех не сходил с ее губ, свежих, как свежа утренняя роза, только что успевшая раскрыть с первым лучом солнца свою алую ароматную почку, на которой еще не обсохли холодные крупные капли росы. Laughter did not leave her lips, like fresh, the same way as the morning rose is fresh. Morning rose that right now managed to open with the first ray of the sun its red, fragrant bud, on which still didn't dry, or haven't dried, cold, big drops of dew. And now the last step is I'm just going to read without translation this whole part that we have studied today, and you're going to surprise yourself big time now with your understanding. Because your understanding now, even if it's not perfect, it's going to be much, much, much better than it would be if we didn't have this lesson. So please listen carefully. Прибавь к тому, что моя красавица была самая веселая из всех красавиц в мире. Самая взбаламошная хохотунья, резвая как ребенок. Несмотря на то, что лет 5 как была уже замужем. Смех не сходил с ее губ, свежих, как свежа утренняя роза, только что успевшая раскрыть с первым лучом солнца свою алую ароматную почку, на которой еще не обсохли холодные, крупные капли росы. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your attention. If you need private Russian lessons, I have very, very good tools to help you, regardless of what you need. Reading comprehension, speaking, listening comprehension. I have lots of very, very good tools to help you. You are welcome to contact me by email below this video. Meanwhile, I wish you good mood, happiness, good health, and if you have some friends that love Russian classics, that have good basics of Russian, please invite them to this channel and subscribe. Thank you so much. Ciao, ciao.